This is a friendly competition between two fierce competitors, but there's nothing fun about it here between them. For them, there's so much pride online. Doesn't matter if you bring Grafai and Medicham in this matchup, they're here to win it all.
Yeah, they're messing around with 2 Pokemon, but the other 5 Pokemon on their team are actually real Pokemon in the Delightful Days meta. They've gotten a lot stronger with buffs on both the sides, or they're just better placed in the meta, like ItsAXN running the Diggersby and Dusclops. That's just much stronger right now. Of course, Lapras is still so strong. We could even see that Dedenne on the side of ItsAXN, because you're not really countered by a ton of Pokemon on OutOfPoket side.
I mean, I know you said they have like 5, real Pokemon, 1 Spice one, but ItsAXN's Medicham actually doesn't look bad.
Yeah.
Like it's still got the stat product. It still has a hard-hitting dynamic punch, pacing super fast now with that Cycle Cut as well. As we head down to game number 2 here, we see the Grafai. We got to see it. Oh, and this thing could have Mud Slap. Let's see if OutOfPoket is running Mud Slap with her or not.
It does!
The Mud Slap will come through here too. Yes, you have a great matchup with the Diggersby, but in comes a Jellicent a little bit on the slower side of things on the swap. If we get a debuff on this first Scorching Sand, could be trouble, but the surf is going to be launched first.
That's why OutOfPoket gave a sly look over to ItsAXN. He knew, but I'm not sure ItsAXN knew that there was that Mud Slap on the Grafai. And now you have the matchup you want. We saw in a different battle where you get this Scorching Sand debuff. It's going to drop the attack, flip the matchup. Can he get the debuff here? And no debuff on that Scorching Sand.
All right, and second Surf is going to come through here. This is probably enough to knock out, so ItsAXN is going to shield up, unfortunately, because he did not debuff that Jellicent, like Butters just mentioned, and in comes another Scorching Sand. Only a few quick attacks away from a third Scorching Sand. I believe OutOfPoket is going to have to spend at least 1 shield here to maintain switch advantage.
Yeah, but now he's baited out this Diggersby, so Shadow Medtang has a lot more play in the back once again. He has 2 Protect Shields, has that Protect Shield advantage. I think he's just going to let it go. He's going to put all his eggs into one basket, and that basket is a Shadow Medtang.
I mean, that basket also could be Grafai. Let's see if that's going to be the case or not. I think it's going to be the 2 shield Grafai in the back is the strategy here. But Fire Punch is also super effective against the Metang, so is going to spend his first shield, and now we're on shield parity.
And I believe you said the Grafai is normal and poison, so it's going to take neutral from that dynamic punch, but super effective from those Psycho Cuts from that Medicham in the back here. Had to throw energy, which is pretty clunky for that Shadow Medtang here. You would hope to save that for the back line. Now you don't have a huge energy advantage. Here comes the Shadow Drapion. You do have that slight energy advantage, and a charge attack we haven't seen in a long time, Caleb.
Yeah, it's going to be Gyro Ball coming through. It is neutral. However, ItsAXN going to preserve it, knowing the Drapion has a lot of play into the Grafai as well. Even if you try to catch a move, if you're OutOfPoket here, it's still going to do a decent amount of neutral damage as in comes the Grafai. But Medcham's here, and Cycle Cut is actually super effective here, too.
Yeah, this is crazy, though. This Grafai is going to be able to land the Poison Fang, debuff the Medicham. That trunked the attack on this Grafai must be pretty high here. There is an Ice Punch available, but going for that Dynamic Punch, obviously going to be doing more damage. It's going to be neutral into this Grafai. Can he land it? It actually goes through. I feel like that's going to knock it out, and it does!
Putting everything on the Shadow Metang here once again for OutOfPoket. We saw, though, that Metang loses charge attack priority into the Drapion, so he's going to let this move go. It's going to hit a lot more neutral damage, but he needs to leave with 2 moves here to have a chance. Actually, not too bad, and you're double resisting the Cycle Cuts.
But you do need to have a Gyro Ball, you throw the Side Shock here. How much energy was on that Shadow Drapion? Once again, I am not quite sure. The Shadow Drapion is going to come in. There is 1 Protect Shield left for OutOfPoket here. Can he tie up this series with a Gyro Ball? There's double Aqua Tail. That's the first Aqua Tail. I think ItsAXN can win charge attack priority on the second Aqua Tail.
Yeah, OutOfPoket just got to it, and we saw the charge attack priority does go over to Drapion, and it's going to go over to it yet again. And we get a rematch, or a repeat, I guess, of the end result of that first game. ItsAXN narrowly beating OutOfPoket in both games 1 and 2.